Hi, good afternoon, everybody. Once again, welcome to my channel. This is Sunaina here, and today I'm just doing another read for the Divine Feminine. I have picked up the energies of those, again, I said, who are in the midway of their journey, for like as I did with the Divine Masculine. And this energy reveals to me that in this case too, the Divine Feminine that I've picked up upon, they are in the midway and closer to the spiritual union, but because of all the circumstantial factors that is happening right now in the cosmic and in the 3D world, there are a lot of things that is not really working out for the best of their benefit, and therefore this guidance and the advice card will tell you as to what kind of situations they are going through and what they need to do. The Divine Feminine has what she has in her mind, how she is working with her emotions, her mental state of mind, and her emotional state of mind. I have pulled up both the cards in here. Therefore, we shall be able to see what kind of stories are coming out from these guidance cards here, from the tarot cards that I'm going to read out right now. And with this Divine Feminine energy, I have also taken a higher energy space here, which means I've also asked my guide and my spirit to show me the Divine Feminine's higher self, just not the mental and the emotional state here. So therefore I've got 4 cards in the higher state, I've got 4 cards for the mental state, and I've got 4 cards as well for the emotional state here. As usual, I've also got the love card here, and I'm just shuffling through to get the goddess guidance, and therefore here it is. So let's jump into the cards directly, and I'll show you as I go along as to what I'm seeing here. So for all the Divine Feminines who are in this journey of the twin flame here, the first thing I would like to tell you is I have used the Psychic Tarot here. This is a wonderful tarot deck that I had scored quite some time back, and I use this very often for my reading as well. Now, this deck comes with its own conclusions and, of course, its own images and things like that, which is very, very true. And I've seen that over days and over the months that I've been using this here. Now, the 4 cards that I have pulled up for the higher self, for the Divine Feminine, they are all related to this deck here. And as I said, as I have always told you, that I always read the bottom of the deck here. So for the higher self, in terms of the Divine Feminine, it shows me spiritual union. And therefore, as I have been telling you guys all throughout the reading that I've been doing, that this kind of group is in between the midpoint. They have crossed a little bit of the midpoint, and they are proceeding towards a spiritual union that's going to happen in its due divine timing. But the story is progressing towards that particular portion in their lives. So now, in the higher self for the Divine Feminine, in this period of time from October 23rd to 25th, tentatively, I've taken the 2 days here. They have recognition and reward. So in their higher self, the universe is telling the Divine Feminines that they have done their job. They have done good work. They need a pat on their back. If there is nobody to pat them on their back, they can give a pat on their back by themselves, because in reality, all the struggles, all the pains, all the burdens that they had been carrying on in this journey by themselves, today they have come to a point where they can bend down in gratitude and say, yes, I have done it. And the universe also recognizes this fact, and therefore the universe is asking the Divine Feminine to give a pat on their back for whatever the hard work that they have put in throughout this period of time. Now, I'm not mentioning what period of time, because again, as I said, it's different for everybody. So some may be, having this journey for the last couple of years. Some may have crossed a decade. Some may be in the process of crossing a decade through this journey. So everybody is in their own divine timing. But at the same time, the divine feminine, for whatever journey that she has come through and she has been going through all throughout this period of time, for to keep the twin flame connection um, alive, because she knows it's a true connection. She wants that connection. She deserves that connection. She has recognized this connection probably much before the divine masculine had done in his own way. So therefore today she has come to a point where the universe is asking her to give a pat on her back, because she has done her part of the job, which is wonderful, which is absolutely fabulous. The second higher self is a shadow here. Now, if you look at the card closely, I don't know if you can see it. There are two shadow. There are two people here. One is the real self, and the other is a shadow image. So the real self, it could be anyone. I'm not sure which one it is that you would like to take it. But for me, I regard the real self as this person here, and the shadow self in the light is this person. So to me, it's talking about your shadow self, or the divine feminine. We all have a shadow self, just not one person, just not two people. Each one of us are blessed with our own intuitive minds, which is our shadow self. So we know, we come across the intuition, we come across our intuitive mind, which guides us, which gives us clear directions, provided we listen to our soul, we listen to our emotional self, we listen to our mental self, and also take the help of the guidance of the tarot or the universe to guide us in the right direction. So here it is telling me, for the divine feminine here, that it is time for the divine feminine to listen to their shadow self, because there is light at the end of the tunnel, which means that they are being guided to understand and adhere to their intuitive mind more closely. That's very important at this stage for the divine feminines. Okay, now the third one is the base chakra, which is for the divine feminine a wonderful card as well, which means that she can say that I have it all. This is the position for all the divine feminine in this journey of the twin flame people who are in this stage of their life. Their base chakra has opened up, which means that they have enabled themselves to say that I have, that's coming from the base chakra. And the fourth card over here on the higher self is also a guidance factor here, saying choose wisely. That means there are times in this period where she will have to make a decision. The decision just not for the divine masculine, it's also for herself. This decision is based upon her choices, what she really wants at this period. Does she want the conflict to come into her life? Does she want peace in her life? Does she want to see the best, the fruitful years of her life happening right now? So therefore, the guidance factor is telling the divine feminine that it is time for her now to choose wisely, because this is where she knows her base chakra, she has it all. So how she works upon the base chakra, how she works upon her intuitive mind to choose wisely, because she has worked hard. Man, she has really worked hard, definitely. And this is where the universe is stepping in to pat her back, and also telling her that in case nobody else pats your back, it's time for you to give a pat on your back yourself, because you have really done the hard work. Therefore, it is also time for her. The doors are opening for her, where she will have to choose wisely, take the right decision, and move in the right direction. This is the time for her to take this. This is her higher self. Now I'm coming to the point where she has her mental self, the divine feminine. I'm going to talk about the divine feminine's mental space. She has the page of sword in reverse, which means that in this particular situation, her words have turned into weapons. Her language has become very sharp, because her mind is very clear. She knows what she wants. She is a person right now in this situation where she will not tolerate any more manipulation. She will not tolerate any more deception. She wants clarity of the entire journey for herself and for the divine masculine. So, if there is a person in her life, the divine masculine, for example, who is not being very focused in this relationship, who is not working towards a relationship, who is not committed completely, and is somewhere faulting, somewhere there is a fault on his part, this is where the Page of Sword in reverse comes in for the divine feminine, because the universe is telling her it's time that she does not tolerate any more deceptions, any more manipulations, and it is time for her to use the language as her weapon, to use the sword for the clarity of herself, of her intuition that she will have to work upon, because at this point she knows she has it all, but then it is also a matter of her choices. So this is the Page of Sword in her mental state right now, where she knows that she is not going to tolerate any more kind of deception or manipulation or devilish energies. That is not going to serve her purpose anymore. In the next part, she has the Page of Cups, which is, of course, sensitivity. She is a sensitive person. Cup always represents a water sign. It could be Cancer, Pisces, or Scorpio. That it either relates to the water sign, or it could be irrespective of that water sign. It could be any other sign. But to me, the cup is always a matter of the person being sensitive. Now, in here, it says that this person, the divine feminine, has the cup in her hand. She has been given the cup, but there is a fish inside the cup, which means the cup is really not complete. It's not whole, because she has the fish, so she can neither drink from the cup nor can she toast the cup, and therefore she's surprised that she has a fish in her cup, but she's holding the cup at the same time. And this, for me, also signifies that the universe is calling out for a new beginning for herself as well. And that is why she has the cup and the fish with her, because every time she has to choose wisely. It is her time, it is her period, it is her significant time in her life that the doors are opening up for her to walk through whichever door that she chooses to open for herself, and that leads to fruition, and that leads to her own happiness. That is what she's looking at as for a new beginning for herself, because she does have the cup, she does have the fish, but she's waiting for things to happen, a new beginning to challenge her, the challenge that she needs to move forward with. So this is a beautiful card, in which I would also say that it is time to use her intuitive power, because of this particular factor. Now, she is in the state of being a page. A page is not a knight, not a queen, not a king. She is in the infant stage. She is at the very bottom stage of this beginning, just like the Page of Sword in the reverse, But she has started her journey. She knows she is walking, she's going to walk through that. The divine feminine is very much aware that this is what is coming into her life, and she needs to follow her intuition at this point. The third card I have here for the divine feminine in her mental space is the Three of Cups in reverse, which is telling me that there is a lot that she deserves. She knows that she deserves it, and that it is not the time for her to listen to people's wrong advices, or people who are gossiping behind her back, or people who are talking bad about her or this journey or anything like that. So it is probably the time that she wants to disconnect from the social people, from the social circle, people who are not manifesting the right purpose for her, people who are not serving the right purpose for her. So with this, I've got three clarifiers here. I wanted to know why she's segregating herself from these kind of energies that she doesn't like anymore. It's because she's waiting for the Two of Cups. It's because the Divine Feminine is waiting for the love offering. That is the reason why she's holding on to the last wand. Just like the Divine Masculine in my previous reading, she too is doing the same thing because she's waiting for the cup to come to her. She knows that it's going to come to her, but at this point in time, she wants to isolate and segregate herself from all the other unimportant issues in her life that does not serve her, because she's holding on to the last wand here. She knows that she has fought her battles, and that is the reason why she has been rewarded, and she's being rewarded and recognized by the universe. So she's holding on to the last one here because all the other battles are behind her now. It's only the one single battle that she is going to have to, hold up to for the coming days here. Now, the third clarifier I have here is the Queen of Swords in reverse, which also is telling me that she's waiting for the love to come. She's holding it on, and the reason that this has come in reverse is because for so long she had been dealing with the situation in a different manner. With all the hurdles that she had been dealing with in a different manner, which meant that she had been pampering her sentiment more so. She was pampering her emotional self for the Divine Masculine. But right now, in this kind of an energy that is coming into her life, she is not going to pamper those kind of energies anymore, because she knows that she has it all, and that at this time the doors are opening for her to choose wisely. So she has it all. So therefore she is isolating herself from all the other unimportant issues, clearing her thoughts, not with emotions anymore. She's practical enough to see what she's waiting for, what she wants in her life, and for which how she's holding on to this last wand with grit and determination. Because right now, her mental self is the Queen of Swords, which is cutting through all the other unimportant factors, giving her the clarity of the situation in the most practical way, not through the emotional way anymore that she had been holding on for way too long. So this is in her mental space as well. The next card in here are the Lovers in reverse. So right now she has the Lover card for herself, but she has it in reverse, which means that she knows that there is love. She knows that the Divine Masculine is there. Everything is all in its place. But right now, because of all the other factors, the love portion of herself is in the reverse, because she knows that she now has to love herself first, get her stuff in order for her to progress forward. Only when she is able to do that completely, instead of just focusing on love and on emotions that she had been doing, instead of listening to her intuitions and cutting through all the other unimportant issues, she has to work upon herself right now, not just on the love factor in the twin flame relationship, but also on herself. And that is why the clarifier over here is the man who's juggling the two pentacles, which is again choosing wisely. So she has to juggle between options right now, between her love for the Divine Masculine and for the love for herself. Just not the love for the Divine Masculine that she had been projecting for way too long. And this is coming to an end, where she is being guided by the universe to now decide if she wants to love herself first and then find out how her love is reciprocated by her to the Divine Masculine. That will happen in its due time. So since all these doors have opened up for her, she is now juggling with these two pentacles here, because she has to now decide what is her priority, to love herself first, or whether to love the Divine Masculine in the most emotional way that she had been doing for this period of time, or for this long duration of time. So that is now getting into her energy system. Her heart space is the Seven of Wands. That means that she's defending herself as well. She's holding the wand in the defensive position because she does want the twin flame journey to end in the spiritual way, in the most harmonious way. She does want it, but at the same time, she has to go through all these sufferings. It's a painful suffering, it's a hurdle, it's all these factors, it's all the blockages that she's going through right now. But at the same time, in her heart space, she knows it's going to happen. Therefore, she's holding on to this wand here in a very defensive position because she knows that sooner or later this thing will work out for the best of her benefit. Okay? In her heart space, she's also the King of Pentacle that she's building the Knight of Pentacle that she's building slowly. This was the energy for the Divine Feminine as well. I forget whether it was in the heart space or in the emotional space, but in one of those. And here for the Divine Feminine, she has it in her heart space over here. So, which is good. She's building it. She's getting stabilized. She has the pentacle. She has that one pentacle with her. She knows she's the knight. She's on the horse, but she's going slow. She's not going to ride. She's not going to swift by. She's not going to fly by. She is taking it one day at a time to take baby steps in this entire journey to go and reach the place where she has to reach, because she knows that she has it all, but she has to choose wisely, listening to her intuitions, at the same time her shadow self, where there is light at the end of the tunnel. So therefore, at this point in time, she is on the horse. She knows her stability, she knows her grounding, she knows everything, and she's working towards it in the most appropriate manner, going slowly, taking one day at a time. In her heart space, her heart is heavily burdened as well, because just like the Divine Masculine, which his energy was in the mental space, if I remember, in the case of the Divine Feminine, the Ten of Swords is in her heart space. She's feeling bad, she's feeling let down, she's feeling negative energies in this course of the event. But at the same time, that I forgot to mention earlier on in my first video, there is the sun that is coming out from behind the sword here. If you see, look closely. So which means her heart is heavy right now. The Divine Feminine is feeling very heavily burdened in her heart, not in her mind, but in her heart. So therefore, she feels like the Ten of Swords is pricking her heart every time, because she wanted a different journey, a journey that was uncomplicated to start off with, a journey that had its own way of paving the ground for her. But unfortunately, that was not the case, because the universe had put in too many boulders in the path that she was walking, that she's still walking on, and therefore right now she has come to a point where she feels her heart is heavily burdened with everything that has been happening for way too long for her. Then she also has the Ten of Wands in the reverse. That means that she has been carrying on this burden of in her heart way too long. Now the universe is telling her that it's time to let go of the burden. Let go of the burden, because by carrying the burden in her heart for this period of time, she's not solving any issues. She's only creating more problems for herself, and the journey is not really taking off, but she wants that journey to take off. But for that, she would have to go on a very slow way. She will have to defend herself for sure, like she has been defending the position, because she knows that she doesn't care what other people think about this journey. She doesn't care what other people are talking behind her back. She knows what she wants, and she is, her foot, if you see, she has no proper shoes that is holding on to the ground. But even then, her feet is on the ground, and she's holding on to the wand, because she knows that she will get it all, provided she follows this entire course of matter with patience, with intuition, with choices, with choosing wisely as well. So therefore, universe is asking her as a clarification to rest and rejuvenate. Leave this burden, leave the burden, Divine Feminine. Leave the burden of being heavily pricked in the heart. It's not solving any issues, it's only getting worse for you. So you don't need this energy for yourself anymore. You need to get this out of your way from your heart. Let it go. Let this energy flow away. Let the burden, release your emotional burden that you're carrying in your heart, and rest and rejuvenate, and things will fall into their place as and when things have to fall into their place. The love guidance right here is love yourself first. So even for the Divine Feminine in the Twin Flame journey, the universe is telling you guys to love yourself first. Self-explanatory, there is nothing more to say, and for which I have the goddess guidance that once you do that once you follow all these process, there is only fairness awaiting to greet you. This situation will be handled in a fair and just manner. Therefore, you can pat yourself on your back and say you have done your part of the job. Now leave it on the universe for them to do their part of the job, but you do what you have to release, what you have to welcome, what you have to let go, what you need in your life for you to manifest yourself in the right possible way, because you know you are defending your position even in the worst possible circumstance. You are still fighting this battle. You are still holding on with grit and determination, like this person in the Nine of Wands. So everything that you have been doing is way too good. There is nothing to feel bad, nothing to feel wrong about, nothing to justify that you have not done this, you have not done that. Whatever you have done so far, you have worked way too hard. You have worked your really with your heart and your soul in this journey, providing the best, giving the best, doing the best. So now it's time for the universe to handle the situation in a fair and just manner. Thank you so much, guys, for listening, and I'll be back again with a different reading in the next video. Hopefully you guys will enjoy, and if this resonates with you, love you for that, and if it doesn't, please don't accept it, don't take it. This video is not for you. Thank you so much once again, and have a great day. Thank you. Bye.